Hi guys, it's been a hot minute and 2025 has been pretty busy, to be honest. And it's a Saturday, but I'm actually working. Ooh, ooh. I feel very Japanese in that sense today. It's not a usual thing, I will tell you, but things pop up. However, I've decided 2025 is going to be a year of health. I guess a more year of health because I'm always trying to be healthy, but I'm going to be specifically healthy this year. And a couple of things. I was watching a podcast that was talking about how cortisol levels actually make you stressed and therein cause a lot of issues with sleep, physical health, even like weight gain and whatnot. So apparently, of all the many ways to work on bringing down your cortisol levels, one is actually blue light cut glasses, which thankfully Japan has a lot of these and they're quite cheap. So I picked up some from Jin's. It was 5,500 yen, which was fantastic. And look how nice they look. I know, very cute. I love how glasses in Japan are so affordable. These ones, by the way, are their highest level of blue light cut, so 40%. In my case, I'm going to use it while I'm doing anything on my smartphone. So the frames are quite colored. It's hard to tell, but they're quite blue. It's especially good to wear these during the hours right before bedtime, so that's what we're going to be doing. And yeah, I'll see if that helps with my stress because this year is going to be especially about working on stress. So. And this guy has 0 stress. I also picked up a couple of cute things at Muji's. I bought this wooden shamoji rice paddle. So I can give up my plastic ones. And then these are long chopsticks that are for cooking. And I bought 2 because I use these quite frequently and wash them quite frequently, so. One other thing I picked up on my healthy habits journey is I've been actually doing, actually let me back that up. I've been trying to do more running, but I have a hard time waking up in the morning to go running, and it's been very cold in the winter, so I actually picked up some pants to use for running that are a little thicker instead of using leggings, and I also picked up some earmuffs for running, and yeah, I didn't bother doing an unboxing, but that's okay. However, yesterday my latest edition has arrived, so I will show you. I picked up this jacket on sale and I wanted to use it for night running mostly and just winter running in general. So yeah, it's a down jacket and I liked that it's very lightweight and it's also kind of like not too thick, not too thin. So when you run, it gets pretty hot and I will probably sweat. So having something that's like a mid consistency is nice. And yeah, so this part is like not even filled with down. It's only like kind of like almost I would say a down vest. But I just wanted something I could throw on really easily. And yeah, I like the fit. Another important thing was actually that I will be running with this at night, so I wanted something that was colored because all of my running wardrobe is mostly black or navy, so I needed something that was kind of easy to spot so I don't get hit by cars. I actually forgot to mention one of the other reasons I bought this was because it's got a zipper on the pockets, so when I put my keys in or my phone in while I'm running, it won't fall out. Pretty critical point. So yes. I was going to use a clove of garlic, and then I pulled it out and I realized it had shockingly rotten to its core. So we're gonna use the tube version instead. All those good chemicals. Okay, so I actually finished making my minestrone. Minestrone. Not sure how to pronounce it. But actually, I decided to step out because I also wanted some dessert after dinner. So, soy milk. Just kidding, that's not my dessert. That's going to be for tomorrow morning's protein. I like to mix my protein shakes with soy milk instead of water. But I picked up some ice nomi in apple flavor because I haven't tried that one. And my favorite Haagen-Dazs flavor, probably ever, is this simple chocolate vanilla bar because I'm basic. But the real reason I stepped out was because I wanted this baby, macadamia nut Haagen-Dazs, and I'm going to, after dinner, take this out, put some frozen raspberries on top, break some of that cinnamon flavored lotus cookie on top, and maybe some chocolate covered almonds, and we're gonna have this with it. It's gonna be the best. It's my favorite way to eat ice cream. By the way, this is how the soup turned out. I think I added a little bit too much of the like vegetables and meat into here. I added some bacon, kind of made it a little bit less soupy. By the way, completely unrelated, but I've been eating these baby octopus kimchis. This is so randomly good, like the tentacles and all. For this amount, I think I paid like 1,000 yen. It's probably the most I've ever spent on kimchi in my life, but I was too curious to pass it up. Ah, it's so good.いや、もう捨てようと思って、なんか洗ったけどうまく乾かないし、一旦置いといて後でやるから。So, I wanted to share with you some cool non-toxic Japanese kitchen goods I picked up as part of my health-conscious journey. I have been cutting back on plastics, and I'm moving towards more traditional Japanese earthware. So, this is easily my favorite. It's called a shigaraki rice pot from the store Harvest. As soon as you cook your rice, you place the hot rice, piping hot, straight into the pot, and you let it cool down with the lid on before freezing. So in doing so, it traps all the moisture when you put it in the microwave, and it reheats so well. It tastes just like fresh cooked rice. I love it. Okay, so I want to take a brief interlude from being productive and unbox a cardigan I picked up on sale. It's kind of hard to tell, but the fit on this is amazing and the material feels actually really smooth. Apparently it's a blend of wool and cotton, so not bad. Okay, so I'm about to head out and do the seitai, get my bones back in order. Hopefully it'll help my kind of chronic tense shoulders. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Hello, I'm back. You can see things are kind of meshy over here, but I went and got my bones in order, I guess. I'm not even sure how to explain it, but basically it was life-changing, and I guess I have to go a couple times to completely like prevent myself from reverting back to my usual ways, but basically the gist of it was that my kotsuban, I'm not sure how to say it, my hips are out of place, causing the left side of my body to be a little bit angled higher, and the way I lean kind of leans a little bit too far forward. So long story short, they put me in my place and I feel amazing. Like, it kind of semi-hurt, but like in a good way. Anyway, I'm hungry and it's already 7:30 and I'm probably not going to be able to eat until 8 at this pace, but we'll see what we can do. Half a tablespoon of Japanese cooking wine, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 tablespoon of soy sauce. The main course, not the main course, the main ingredient, the sakurabi, which I've been really looking forward to. I'm just gonna throw that all in there. You can purchase these actually dried, and I think that might actually have better flavor, but the fresh one was a little bit cheaper today, so that's why I went with this. So when the rice is ready, we're gonna pour out the water, stick all these in, and start cooking the rice. And then when it's done, these are frozen edamame, and I'm going to peel off the outer layer so I have just the beans, and we're going to put it in after the rice is done cooking. See you in a bit. While I'm waiting for that, I'm also thawing my frozen edamame. And next, I'm actually going to make some miso soup, but I have some fun ingredients. The reason I wanted to make miso soup was so I could use up some of these ingredients, and one is this big, long negi. I also purchased this very, like, koi tofu. It's supposed to be a little bit richer than usual tofu, so let's see how that is. And finally, I don't know if you've ever seen this before. I've only ever seen it in Japan, but it's called tomyo. And it basically costs like 90 yen for an entire bag of this. And you cut it around the base and you stick it in water, and it just comes back to life. Like a completely fresh new plant. And it's amazing. Honestly, this plant just amazes me. And it actually tastes really good too. So I'm gonna start boiling the water for the miso soup, and we will cut the ingredients now. So just like roughly into bite-sized pieces, and same with the negi and the tofu. I'm just gonna go ahead and add some of the dashi, the fish broth that's in powder form, right into the water for the miso soup, so it all sucks up that flavor together. You may or may not know, but the most important part about cooking miso soup is never to boil it. So you always add the miso last after you've cut the heat. Also, the rice is boiling. You're not actually supposed to open it, but we can cheat a little bit. So again, just for the sake of repeating myself, you want to stop the heat before you add the miso to the miso soup. Super important. Also, if you can, try to find something like this. This is a strainer that's used specifically for miso soup, but you can pretty much use any like similar type of strainer, and it really helps break down the miso so you don't have to do it like manually and it gets all clumpy, because clumpy miso is the worst. And just add to taste. I think the best thing about miso soup is it's just so simple. It's just sticking in the miso and making sure that it's like not clumpy. You know what, I'm just so hungry and the rice is gonna take another 12 minutes. So if you don't mind my manners, I'm just gonna go ahead and start eating the miso soup because I already taste tested it and it was delicious. Itadakimasu. Oh, so good. By the way, without dashi, miso soup is nothing. Nothing. Completely changes the game. Am I saying something like really obvious? Apologies if that was a very obvious statement. Itadakimasu. So this is namero. It's a fish called aji, but flavored with miso and kind of like chopped up into bits. And I have some umeboshi. And this is the rice. The flavor of this rice is insane. I hate to use the word umami, but honestly, the umami from the shrimp is just like amazing. And it's very like not overpowering either, so it goes really well with all the other foods. And having the edamame in there is also just really great. It has a really nice texture too.
Talk to Dean about maybe talking to Todd about me, I guess.
All right, tonight's finale is this Haagen-Dazs macadamia nut, the best. But we're not gonna just stop there. We are going to do wild, crazy things, such as topping it off with caramel popcorn, because this is like endless and I cannot seem to get through it. So, look at that. I know. Spoiling myself. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep it a chill evening and probably go to bed early. So, cheers! Accidentally ripped off Sunday, even though it's Sunday. Anyway, it's okay, I'll live. I'm actually reheating leftovers from last night. And once I finish eating, I'm going to make myself some coffee, but I actually wanted to share with you some really cool pottery, I guess? Hold on. So this is a rice pot, and basically what I did last night was I took the leftover rice that I made as it was still piping hot, and I put it into this pottery. And when you do that, you can freeze it and close it immediately, and the steam and all the moisture will stay locked in. So when you take this into the freezer, freeze it, and then you put it back into the microwave, it basically becomes yesterday's rice magically revived. And the best part is that it doesn't use any saran wrap or anything plastic, which is actually the reason I chose it, because again, trying to cut down on toxic cookware. That's that. Anyway, eating leftovers, so not much to share, but I will hopefully try to make some Thai chicken rice because for lunch or dinner, because my friend came back from Thailand and she's Thai and she brought me some Thai like sauces and pastes, so I wanted to try this one that you can eat with Khao Man Gai. So that's what we'll be doing. And my Thai rice. So most of the day has passed and I actually did a lot of editing, did a yoga workout. Yeah, I just got back from the grocery store and we are about to make Khao Man Gai. Ne. So there, ne. So. I'm gonna cut all the non-meat ingredients first and then we're gonna cut the meat and yeah. That's how it's gonna go. The cucumber is mostly for garnishing, so I'm just gonna cut it with a slicer. Next is the pakji, or the coriander, and you're actually supposed to hold on to the roots. So we're gonna do that. And you want to have a little bit of garnish, obviously, but also like you can keep the stem for sauce. So I'm gonna grind up the stem nice and fine. You also want to save, actually I accidentally cut off the green part of this, but you're supposed to save the longer green part of the leek for cooking. Too bad, I already threw it away, so. Next you take some saran wrap, some garlic, and then garlic and ginger is super key to this, so. So next is the fun part. I've added my ginger. It's about like one piece, about the size of maybe a walnut or two. And you're supposed to wrap it up. And if you have a mortar, then you just use that instead. But since I don't, you're supposed to like crush everything within the wrap. So, woohoo! Oh, something hit my eye. Oh, that was dangerous. So this is 330 grams of chicken meat, the dark meat, of course, and you're supposed to basically cut off the excess skin sticking out and save it for the frying of this ginger and garlic, which is going to happen separate before we add it to the rice cooker. And they also recommend you like cut off a little bit of the meat that's kind of sticking out as well. And then basically you just cut the meat in half, and then you add a little bit of salt to the chicken. First, you want to cook the garlic and ginger and the leftover bits of meat. It smells so good. Oh, I wish you could smell it. It's the best. So now we just need a few yummy sauces. First, grated ginger, tablespoon of soy sauce, tablespoon of fish sauce, tablespoon of vinegar, teaspoon of sugar, and then we add in the chopped coriander and the leek and see how that goes. That is really good. Instagram always eats first. No, just kidding. I'm actually sending a picture to my friend who bought me the sauce. Honestly though, like, I mean, I feel like I've outdone myself. This is amazing. Ah. All right, let's see how it is. I'm gonna start with the fresh sauce that we just made because it's fresh. So, oh my god. I feel like I could charge at least 1,500 yen for this. It says it's called soybean with ginger sauce.ちょっと待ってて。今回は揚げてないかな。